Hey, this is Russell. I'm back again with today's episode of Civ 3, and we're queuing up some rifles. Lots and lots of riflemen to be built on the main continent for entirely peaceful purposes, because guns always lead to peaceful and good, happy rainbows and butterflies. Nothing ever happened that was bad at the end of a gun before. So yeah, I'm building lots of guns for that very reason. Any Indians want to speak with me? We're trying to trade democracy for steam power. It's a pretty bad trade because I never plan on switching to democratic no matter what. If I was to make a switch back to like something more tech focused, it would be republic. It would never be democratic. I'm very rarely have I ever even considered going democratic. I'm not sure. I don't think I've just been in a situation where it's been very optimal to be democratic. Like right now, it wouldn't be optimal to be democratic because the unit maintenance I'd be paying would be ridiculous. Um, at this point, it would be much more beneficial for me to be like a republic than that. Right now, though, it's beneficial to be communist because I want more unit capacity. More unit capacity is needed for certain things, which we'll see happen. And yeah, looking at Civilopedia stuff and seeing what I need to do because I constantly need to relearn. If it wasn't one, you know, uh, those who've been watching this series know I'm not the most knowledgeable person concerning Civ 3, and I need to get to know stuff. Uh, so please comment down below if you have advice. I never like spurn away advice. At this point, at least, I haven't gotten like anyone like super crazy in the comments yet. So I'm sure eventually there's gonna be a time where it's just gonna be like weird, but because I have seen comments on people's like videos who are more popular than me, who get a lot more comments than me, and yeah, people comment really weird things. But for now, I've been very happy with what I've seen in the comments. Mind you, I'm recording this post commentary like right before a trip, and I'm trying to get ahead. So probably for the rest of the series, I'm not really going to be caught up on comments, if that makes sense. Like, if you see me commentating this episode or next episode, assume that I haven't read your comment. Like, if you've like commented like assume I haven't read your comment until like I had already finished recording the post commentary over this entire Civ series. I'm going on a trip, so I need to get ahead. So I'm doing like a ton of these post commentaries all at once. The last couple episodes I did, I think it was like 9 and 10, just a couple days ago. I put my post commentary over there. I'm doing this one, as well as the rest of the episodes of this post commentary series, like all within the next couple weeks. I need to get them done because, yeah, I'm traveling. I'm doing stuff that I have to do. I don't want to travel during the whole pandemic and everything, but unfortunately, it's stuff I have to do. It is a major pain in the butt to travel during the pandemic, and yeah, it's not fun. Anyways, we have some people in Cesare moving to that one spot where I'm basically gathering a big thing of riflemen, my own little army, for peaceful purposes. Who doesn't like to see a good march of men across a road and stuff? That being said, like some of the like marching armies and stuff, like you have like that one time a year that like Russia has like a ton of people like marching through like the streets and stuff like that. like North Korea does that, and as horrible as North Korea is, in terms of it being like a dictatorship and everything that like oppresses people, uh, their little parade is like pretty cool. And yeah, I wish we would do like big, huge military parades in the United States that were like awesome, like on the scale of like stuff like that. Entirely voluntary, of course. You know, I'm sure a lot of the people who like go to like North Korea's parade doesn't want to be there, and that's uncool. But yeah, that'd be cool to see stuff like that. We got some stuff, and we're getting a little bit closer to the unit cap, but we're still a good ways away. Like we're like 65 out of, you know, whatchamacallit, 78. So we can still make a ton more units. I'm starting to stack up units in another spot, not just in the one spot that I had them before. Looking at diplomacy, I'm hovering over Queen Isabella to see what her diplomatic status is, and we don't have a lot of information about her, unfortunately. And that's something I'd like to know in the comments, actually. And again, I'm not gonna see the comments until I've already recorded all of these post commentaries. Like, why can't I see like the Hittites and like all of their stuff for everyone, and then I can't see that for like other people? It have something to do with getting an embassy? I'd assume that would have to do with that. Like I have to get like an embassy or something. In fact, actually, I think I just answered my own question. I have the little yellow dot in the corner. I think that's like, I know about them because they have like an embassy. I assume it's an embassy. I'll probably double check that after I'm done with this post commentary. But yeah. So yeah, I don't see everything there. Oh, there you go. I think I actually, I figured it out in game. Look at that. So if I build that there, and build embassies in other places as well, I should be able to see all of their status things, right? So if I go there, yep, it's the embassy. And that's how you figure out stuff. I did not build an embassy in Spain, but I built an embassy in Korea, Hittites, and Bismarck. Good stuff to know. And from what I can tell, I don't see, at least from the few people that I do see, I don't see anyone has an alliance with the Spanish. Which is good for me. Why it's good for me? I don't know. I'm a very peaceful person. And yeah. Rifleman's been produced. For some reason, it looked weird in that picture, and it showed like a blue rifleman rather than a red rifleman. I don't think it does that all the time. I think most of the time it shows red rifleman. I guess I'll see when it produces another rifleman. And I'm moving those guys a little forward so that they can use the railroad, I think, actually. That's why I'm moving them forward. Because who doesn't like to ride on a railroad? Who does not like to ride on railroads? I like to ride on railroads. Although I think I've ridden on railroads very few times in my life. There isn't a lot of, like, point to traveling on railways. My parents have talked about it, and I think it's an awesome idea. It's something I'd like to do one day as well. But my parents have always, like, hoped to, like, go like on the Trans-Siberian Railway one day as like a vacation thing when they retire. They're very close to retirement. It looks like all of the riflemen are popping up as blue. I'm talking about like in the economic screen when it says you finished producing this. Like they're all blue riflemen. That's interesting. I never noticed that till now. But yeah, they've always thought it would be cool to go like on the Trans-Siberian Railway one day. See all of the beauty that is Russia. In a good season, of course. You wouldn't want to go like during the winter. Probably. Maybe you would. I don't know, actually. Would that be cool? I'd assume there would be, like, blizzards and stuff, and you wouldn't be able to, like, see out the window much. But I could be totally wrong. As I've never been to Russia. Looks like those guys are fighting to get Pyongyang back. And it looks like it's gonna work. Or at least they're making progress. Got a worker. Germany has declared war on the Spanish. That's very good news. Because, well, I mean, that's very bad news, actually. You know, who wants war? Make love, not war. No, that is good news because the more focused that people are against Spain, the less issue people have when, you know, they don't like, you know, that when I have issue with Spain. So, yeah. Indians are at war with them as well. People don't like Spain. I get the picture. Babylon has declared war on the Hittites. Babylon and Germany have signed an alliance against Spain. I mean, it shouldn't be like Babylon's against Spain as well, I think. And we got Pikemen fighting. I'm pretty sure that is Babylon. Yeah. Or the Hittites. I forget which one. Germany has declared war on the Babylons. That was fast. But yeah, now a lot of people are at war with them. And we're looking at getting replaceable parts soon. Which is a cool tech to get. Who don't like parts that are replaceable? You know, it's good. It's a good idea. Actually, on that subject, like, stuff sucks today. Because, like, people are so into, like, making money. Like, businesses make money these days by, like, making, like, vehicle-specific parts or, like, phone-specific parts. Like, you know, yeah, if you get an iPhone, you have to get, like, an iPhone charger. Or if you go, like, to, like, a dealership and get, like, a certain brand car, you have to, like, always go back and, like, get, like, those, like, special brand parts in order to, like, work with your factory stuff for your vehicle, and so on and so forth. What happened to replaceable parts? Like, you know, in terms of, like, you know, like, things used to be a lot more universal. Now businesses are, like, scheming with money and making, like, very vehicle specific replaceable parts rather than universal replaceable parts for everything. Everything is starting to produce artillery now. You know, because we just want to launch fireworks into the sky. That's what we use artillery for. Peaceful purposes. And these cities are just going to be producing wealth. There's no real new buildings for them to make that I'm interested in getting. And getting wealth is pretty important. You know, I'm going to need it. Got some more wars going on. We're a very peaceful people, though. Pyeongchang. That wasn't Pyongyang, my bad. That was Pyeongchang, I think it said. I think I said Pyongyang earlier. See, that artillery piece, like, in the production screen, it showed up red. But not for, like, the rifleman for some reason. It's pretty weird. Maybe I just reload the save later on and that will go away, or I don't know. Anyways. Building units. Doing stuff with units. The Spanish are building a ton of units. A lot of units. And hopefully a lot of them are going on ships. In fact, that might be the case because of how many, like, stacks of dudes they have going in, like, one direction. To, like, ports and stuff. And, yeah. Looking pretty good. So, on a more serious note, I think you can kind of gather that I'm preparing for a war. And there's a few different places I can go for. Both the cities of Salamanca, Toledo, Barcelona and Sevilla are all places, and actually Murcia as well, but that's a pretty useless city. They're all cities that I can move my units like next to in like one turn. Like I just move the army there, and then I can attack immediately, like the very next turn after that. So they're all pretty juicy targets for me. Ultimately, I think I go for like multiple cities, but I guess I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, I do go for multiple cities when I do embark on a war with them, and but not all of their cities I go for, and a lot of that is because I can only wage. Uh, I can only maintain like a certain capacity when it comes to like production and stuff like that. We'll save that for when the war happens. But yeah, there's a few different home roads I can take if I wanted to go to war, and a lot of them, are just one tile and then their city for my culture, which makes it very convenient. You can't use like roads of other people in their borders when you're at war with them. And by use their roads, I mean like you can't like go move multiple tiles. You'll just move one tile at a time, or more if you have like horsemen or whatever. But you will be able to move like that on your own land. So I'll be able to railroad like right up to those cities, fortunately. And people don't have too interesting techs, although I do want some of these techs. Industrialization is a good tech, but I don't really have anything to trade with those people, unfortunately. And actually, that's pretty much the reason why I have to go to war eventually, because I am not maintaining enough of a thing to go stay at peace. What's the words I'm looking for? Words are failing me right now. I'm not maintaining enough of oh gosh, what's the word for it? Korea and Spain have signed a military alliance against India. That worried me a little bit, to see that the Korean and Spanish are on friendly enough terms to do that, because those are the two people that are bordering me. But it's good because I do have a garrison on that other island, because I moved all of those units over. So if the Koreans were to declare war on me, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Building an artillery unit. Those are good. A lot of troops in Spain. Very worrying, the amount of soldiers that we see everywhere. Universal suffrage has been completed. And yeah, Korea, talking with them about maybe getting industrialization, but then I have nothing to offer them again. That's the issue. I'm gonna be naturally falling behind in tech a little bit, also because I'm a communist society now. It's one of those things where it's a trade-off of being able to have all of those units being maintained. Worthwhile trade-off, mind you. I did need these units. They are pretty important to the game. But yeah, it's a trade-off. And yeah, Sevilla, Madrid, Barcelona, Toledo. Very nice, big, juicy cities. The only crap cities are, like I said, the ones I didn't go for, the ones that are in like the snowy lands at the bottom. Spanish also have cities in all those places as well, like that island there and stuff like that. So yeah, good for them. And eventually they will surpass me if I just leave them be, because they do have the majority of this continent, as well as their own other little island, as well as they have a foothold on like another continent, so on and so forth. The Spanish are pretty big deal. Anyways, that's gonna be about it for this episode. Only got about like 50 seconds left. We do have some armies though, and as you can see, this time we've set up for something pretty cool to happen next episode. This will be the first war that I'm not starting at like an immediate disadvantage, I believe. Because the other wars I've fought so far in this game have been pretty. Oh, actually, I take that back. The other campaigns, we've had some wars that are good, some wars that are bad. But I feel like I prepared a good map for this war. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful week. Bye.
Like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. Always interested in your feedback down in the comment section. You guys have a good one. God bless.